I'm going to be making the fairly controversial argument today that inequality is irrelevant, that inequality doesn't matter from an economic perspective, and that indeed the battle to establish economic equality is causing a lot of the problems that we associate with inequality. So let's start by the fact that recognizing that we have real problems. There are too many poor people. Absolutely. There's too little mobility in our economy where people are coming out of poverty and succeeding, rising to the middle class and into wealth. Absolutely, that is a problem. There's a problem at the top of way too much friendliness, you could call it, between business and government. Cronyism would be the technical word I would use. Way too many people making money in that sense off the backs of the taxpayer. All of those problems exist. And I would argue, and I will argue today, that all of those problems are made worse by our attempts to deal with the gap. Inequality is just a gap. It's the difference between what poor people have relative to what rich have, or between what the middle class has and the rich, or any way you want to measure it, it's a gap. From an economic perspective, from a moral perspective, from a political perspective, that gap means nothing, is irrelevant, and too much energy and focus is put on that instead of actually going and solving the actual problems. So let's talk a little bit about inequality and what it is. So let me start by doing this. How many of you have read Harry Potter? All right, good. Love this audience already. This is good. Now, Harry Potter is a real problem when it comes to inequality. Because I don't know about you, but I have calculated that I have spent thousands of dollars on Harry Potter. I mean, you can do your own calculation. But I had two sons. They were about Harry's age. Every time a book came out, either I had to go stand in line at midnight and get 2 copies, or they, when they got older, got to stand in line and get 2 copies, each hardback copies, right? Because they wanted it hot off the presses. They couldn't wait, and they spent the night reading it. I also wanted to read Harry Potter. I loved the books, so I had to get them on audio tapes, a 3rd copy. So that's 3 times 7, 21, multiplied by about $25, $30. Do the math. Then there's the movies. What are they, 67 movies? Because they turned every book into 2 or 3 movies to get as much out of us as possible, right? So take into account all the money you spent on the movies, and then add to that the Disneyland rides and all the other Harry Potter stuff that we have had to purchase to make our children happy. I've spent thousands of dollars. I indeed, if you look at my bank account, got poorer by thousands of dollars because of Harry Potter. But the real evil here is not only did I get poorer, what happened to J.K. Rowling? She became a billionaire. I mean, give me a break. This is horrible. Inequality exploded. I got poorer, she got richer. This can't be good. We are taught, we read in every newspaper that inequality is a bad thing. Well, here's an example of inequality. She got rich, I got poor. She got rich off of my back. My money came out of my bank account. Straight, a few other people got rich in the meantime, right, in the middleman, but straight into her bank account. And yet, we all feel like there's something wrong with this example, right? Why? Why isn't it comfortable to say, this is a bad thing? Right? Well, because what happened? Why did we spend those thousands of dollars on Harry Potter? Why did we spend it? Yeah, because we enjoyed it. Because it gave us pleasure. Because it gave us certain spiritual values. We benefited enormously. I'm thankful to J.K. Rowling. If I met J.K. Rowling tomorrow in the street, I would say thank you for letting me spend those thousands of dollars. No, I'm serious. I would. That's exactly what I would say to J.K. Rowling. Wow, the pleasure you gave us is unimaginable. Very few authors have ever given us, as a family, not just as just for me individually, as a family, so much pleasure. So, did I really get poorer? No. I mean, I got poorer materially, but spiritually, I think I got richer. And I was happy to give up those thousands of dollars because I had fun. I enjoyed it. So I am richer for having Harry Potter, and I'm happy that she got to be a billionaire. She deserves it. She made all of our lives better. She made the world a better place to live. And she got rich. Who cares? Life's not about money. I have to remind my leftist friends of this because the left seems obsessed about money. But I don't think life's about money. I would rather read the book than have the money in my pocket. I think all of us would. That's why we gave up the money. Because we believe, let's say the book costs $25, that the book, the experience of reading the book, is more valuable to us as individuals than the $25 in our pockets. And that's how inequality is created. How do you become a billionaire? This is important, guys, because you could go out and if we figure out exactly how you become a billionaire, it's open to any one of you. How do you become a billionaire? What's the secret? Have a great idea. Lots of people have great ideas. I think I have a few here and there, but I'm not a billionaire. What's that? Well, that's a shortcut to becoming a billionaire. So let's assume we become a billionaire in a free market where you can't manipulate the dictator to give you the money, right? Yes. Yeah, so in a sense, there's something true there, right? What is it that it takes to become a billionaire? Have an idea and put it into action, I assume. Create a value. Create something that how many people want? Everybody, hundreds of millions ideally, right? Want it. And are willing to pay you what for it? How much are they willing to pay for it? Well, not everything. What they think it's worth, which for you to become a millionaire needs to be what? More than it costs you to produce. So the secret of becoming a billionaire is very simple. Create a product that hundreds of millions or ideally billions of people want. And if they want it many times over, even better, and are willing to pay you more than it costs you to produce. Now, if you do that, that's every billionaire out there, except for the crooks who have used Putin and so on. But in the marketplace, every billionaire out there, that's exactly how he became a billionaire. Steve Jobs indeed created this product, which this one costs about $6. When I go back to States to get the new one, it's $1,000. Why am I willing to pay $600 for this? I want it, yeah, but why am I willing to pay $600? I want a lot of things. I want a Ferrari. Since I can't get it for $600, I'm not buying one, right? So it's worth it, which means this is worth more than $600 to me. It might not be to you. You might not have one of these. I doubt it, though. Right? Sure. Otherwise, I couldn't buy this. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't buy it. And if I didn't have the $25 to spend on Harry Potter, I wouldn't buy it. Right? But I have the money, and this is worth more to me than $600. That's why I'm willing to spend it. And by doing that, I am richer because I have an iPhone. And by the way, almost everybody in the world has one of these. So almost everybody, not in the world, almost everybody in the West and in large parts of Asia has one of these. So almost everybody in the world can afford this. And almost everybody out there is better off for having one. I have a supercomputer in my pocket. This is more powerful than the Cray computers you were in the 1980s or the computer that sent man to the moon. It's pretty amazing. And yeah, somebody became a billionaire making these. Thank you, Steve Jobs. Thank you. Because I get a lot more value than $600 out of this. This is worth to my life tens of thousands, if not more than that, of dollars. I can Skype with my kids from the other side of the world.
For more debates, talks and interviews, subscribe today to the Institute of Art and Ideas at IAI TV.